What's going on, legends? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to overall increase your kill death ratio, or KD, out there in the Warzone. Now, we're going to go over a few different things. I'm not going to go into extreme detail on each of these things we go over, so if you guys want to learn more about those, you can go over to the channel and check out the videos on those individual topics. And if I haven't covered the topic, you guys are welcome to throw it down in the comment section and let me know what you guys want me to cover in a future video. But before we jump into it here, if you guys do enjoy this content anytime or find this video helpful in any way, make sure you guys show your support for the channel by going down below and smashing that like button. Go ahead and throw a goal of 50 likes on today's video, as well as if you guys want to find your way back to the channel for more Call of Duty content, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button along with that notification bell so we don't miss you in future videos. So like I said, today we're going to be jumping into how to increase your kill death ratio, or KD, here in Warzone. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is your gun skill. Now, gun skill has a few different things that are involved, and the first is going to be recoil control. You're going to want to go out there and practice controlling your different weapons, or at least focusing on a few different weapons that you would like to use, and learn those recoil patterns for those weapons, and also be able to obviously practice them. That way you can really dial it in and be the most accurate and perform the best with the weapons that you're using. Now, I do have a video over on the channel on how to overall improve your recoil control and accuracy, so make sure you guys go check that out if you're looking to do that. The next thing, obviously, that involves gun skill is going to be tracking. Tracking is your ability to stay on target or follow a target as it's moving and be able to obviously still take them down. Obviously, this is going to involve accuracy as well, but it is one of those singled out things that's kind of separate from even recoil control. It's going to affect your aim, and overall, if you work on this enough, you will greatly improve at the game. If you are firing and you're just following a target as they're moving and you're just not missing, you're going to take that opponent out quickly, and obviously, the more accurate you are, faster people go down, the more kills you have in the ability to get. Those two things, really, recoil control and tracking, are huge for your overall gun skill, but most importantly as well, you're going to want to make sure you choose the right weapon for the gunfights you're getting into. You don't want to be trying to snipe somebody across the map using an AK-74U. You also don't want to be in close range engagements trying to snipe people with a Kar 98. You know, choose wisely, use your SMGs in close range or shotguns, use your assault rifles to, in those mid-range to long-range engagements, and obviously your sniper rifles as well. So make sure you guys are choosing the right weapons for your engagements and not setting yourselves up for failure. Now, the next thing we're jumping into is going to be movement. Now, this is huge. It's something you are going to want to work on, because it's going to help you get out of engagements when you need to sometimes. It can save you in a lot of situations as well. And moving around the map quicker can overall just help you out in general, because you're going to want to be able to, move from building to building without being noticed. You're going to want to be able to engage with people without them seeing you as fast. Overall, being able to have great movement is just going to improve your ability to get higher kill games and overall just survive. And this is about increasing your KD here, so let's get right into it. First thing we're going to want to focus on is slide canceling. Slide canceling is something that all of the people that are above average, or even your favorite streamers, you're going to see them doing this all the time. You're probably wondering what they're doing. It gives you the ability to move around the map quicker, just because you are able to tactical sprint a little bit more often. That's really the big idea behind it. Moving quicker around the map, and obviously, it's going to save you in certain situations as well. Because if you slide out of an engagement and you slide cancel a few times, you might be moving so quick someone's not going to be able to stay on track with you. The next thing we're going to want to focus on is strafing. Strafing is huge, especially when you're in engagements. You're just standing still, you're going to be just a sitting duck, and people are going to take you out quickly. But if you manage to stay moving, strafing left and right in your engagements, I think it'll overall help you be more accurate. So that goes along with the gun skill. But most importantly, it'll keep you moving, and it'll obviously keep people from hitting you as easily. Another thing that we're going to jump into is jump shots. Now, jump shots are a little tricky, because most people are like, well, why would I want to do that? Imagine you're jumping around a corner. You're going to have somebody expecting to pre-fire you. They're going to have a more likely chance that they're going to hit you in the body or the legs or something if you come jumping around the corner, because they may not expect that right out the gate, than just walking right into their bullets and getting headshotted because somebody's probably pre-aiming a corner. In a lot of situations, jumping is going to give you a huge advantage, so you're going to want to practice your jump shots just to overall be able to challenge people and have a better chance at survival. Now, the last thing in the movement category I want to cover is the bunny hop. Now, the bunny hop is a little tricky to do. I'm not going to talk about how to do it exactly here in today's video, but it is something you guys are going to want to focus on, because it can help you greatly, especially if you guys are going to challenge somebody and you feel like, maybe you need a little bit of an extra advantage. Now, the idea of the bunny hop is it doesn't look like much on your personal screen, but when you actually look from the third person perspective or the other person's perspective, you kind of bounce and you move really fast, and it's kind of hard for people to stay on track. So it gives you like a second or so advantage on hitting your target, especially if you have really good accuracy. So by doing the bunny hop, it's kind of like a little visual movement glitch that kind of happens and move really fast. And sometimes if you do it right, you can launch yourself and it really gives you an advantage. So let's go ahead and jump into positioning. Now, this is one of the most important things, I think. Even if you're struggling with your movement and your gun skill, good positioning can go a long way. Now, the biggest and most important part of it is to always have cover whenever you can. Go for those head glitches. Go just sit behind cover and, make it yourself as little visible as possible. The less of you they have to shoot at, the less likely they are to take you down. That is extremely important in surviving. Another big portion is similar to having cover, is to always put yourself in the high ground whenever possible, or any power position you have available. High ground goes such a long way, especially if there's limited high ground. You guys can get a good visual of overall everywhere else on the map by being in that position. And it is really tough to win gunfights when you're shooting up at some people, and especially when they have like a good spot. You're on a rooftop, you're on a hillside, even minimum high ground makes a big difference. Just being able to see a lot more of the map, being able to see what you're working with, and also get a advantage on the rest of the people down below. It's the best thing you can do in order to survive more often, and obviously the more you survive, the higher your KD goes. Now, you want to limit as well the amount of angles a player could have to shoot you. Now, when you're thinking about your positioning, especially, you're thinking about the places that you're going to kind of find your cover, or even your high ground areas like we were just saying. You want to limit the amount of angles a player can shoot at you. So maybe you find a spot where you see straight. All you can see is in front of you. Only place people can come from is in front of you. You don't want to stand on top of a roof wide open where people from different rooftops can shoot you, people down below can shoot you. The less angles people have on you, the better chance you have of survival. And overall, the better chance you'll have of taking people out as well, because you can limit where your engagements come from. Now, another thing that I want to include as a kind of like a bonus is that if you are playing in a team, it is super effective sometimes to have most of your team try to be the distraction and have one player shoot for the flank, especially if you're playing trios or quads when there's a large group or a large team. If you are able to leave 2 people or 3 people there to distract, and one person goes around and clips some people from the side, generally you're able to at least take 1 player out and possibly even 2, and that really gives you the numbers as far as the odds are concerned, and that obviously gives you the better chance to survive those team engagements. Across the board, positioning is, like I said, one of the most important parts. Now, there is one last thing I want to cover. It's not super in-depth, but basically a huge part of improving your kill-death ratio, or KD, is going to be decision making. Decision making is not something that you can be taught. It's not something that can be shown to you necessarily. It's something you generally have to practice in game by putting yourself in different situations. No one's going to tell you what a good situation is for you other than you. Nobody can tell you if you can 1v2 some guys using certain weapons. Sometimes you have to know if someone's using a shotgun, should you challenge that engagement or not. If you're playing in quads and your team is nowhere near you, are you going to be able to challenge it in a passive or from a distance and wait for your team to come up and push with you? It's about knowing what you should push and what you shouldn't, and I think it's something that a lot of you guys are going to learn as you play the game. Just make sure you focus on what things cause you the most deaths and what things maybe you have the most success with, and work on those things. Bank off the things that are successful, work on the things that you maybe have a little bit of a struggle with, and it'll go a long way. Now, these are the things that I think will overall help you guys improve your kill death ratio, or KD, like I said. And if there's anything you would like to see me go into more depth on, I can do that over on the channel as well. So let me know down in the comment section below. But that's going to wrap things up for us here. Hopefully I could help you guys out a little bit in today's video. Thank you guys for all tuning in and all the support. See y'all in the next one. Peace.